Foxes, it's Fox. Welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome. We're going to be reading Reddit stories, Am I the Butthole? If you're an OG, you'll remember the series. If you're new, this is our Am I a Butthole series. Now let's get to it. The first story is, am I the butthole for uninviting my cousin, brother, uncle, and dad to my wedding over a prank? Well, this sounds really bad because it's your wedding and, it's a special day for everyone because you're getting married. But your dad? Let's see how this goes. I, female 22, grew up in a family where men prank and tease each other. Ever since my fiance, Tim, 23, and I got engaged, my cousin, brother, dad, and uncle joked about running some tests to see what type of man Tim is. They done stuff like force him to play chess 4 times in a row, secretly slash his tires to see if he would fix it himself like a man or help like those lazy guys. They asked him questions like what jokes he would tell his future mother-in-law, his opinions on abortion, Jesus, genders, inequality, and etc. They also tested his fishing and hunting skills, overwhelmed him with hypothetical scenarios to test his decision-making ability and mental strength. They keep calling him slow and soft, but he has a medical condition, asthma, but they think he's making excuses. I demanded they stop, but my dad said this is typical stuff men challenge each other with, and said I'm ruining the fun. Last week, they took Tim on a 3-day trip and hid his inhaler. He left them and returned in 7 hours and told me. I was angry after he said they admitted to hiding it as a challenge. I exploded on them when they returned. Cousin asked if little Tommy ran to me to tattle. I yelled at all 4 of them and uninvited them to my wedding. My brother freaked out and said it was a prank and they were going to give it back. Dad said they would apologize if I insist, but Tim will lose the little respect they gained for him. And in their eyes will always be the soft college kid who's not up for the challenge. I called him and the others awful, then left. My cousin is begging let me talk. My uncle has been quiet, but my dad is so mad. Now he's getting my mom involved to get me to reconsider this decision. But I keep refusing to reinvite them. My mom is saying I'm being dramatic and should let bygones be bygones and not let this ruin my relationship with my family. Am I the butthole for making it my hill to die on, or am I just being dramatic? Honestly, I do not think you're the butthole for this situation because why are they doing that? And that's not real man stuff. It seems like they're toxic family members and yeah, that should be the hill you die on because I wouldn't even let my future husband or future boyfriend or fiance go through this because this is really messed up and can really make or break a relationship. And I'm glad he went and told you before, it's too late and he could have died. But the asthma thing, I had asthma and that's stupid. No, that's the one thing you do not play with is asthma, bro. The second story is, am I the butthole for blowing up at my husband for lying to me about my sister and her baby leaving when he actually kicked them out? By the title of that, no. Just no. My sister 20 got out of a terrible relationship and moved in with me and my husband and brought her 5-month-old son. She's dealing with a handful of issues like depression. Asked my husband if he would be okay with her moving in and he said absolutely not because he's the one who's picking her up and bringing her home. She stayed for 2 weeks and helped around the house. My husband started complaining about the baby crying, but a newborn is expected to cry, especially at night. He said it causes him stress, although I suggested he put on earbuds. He suddenly told me to forget about it, and so I did. Last week, I had to go out of town to attend a friend's funeral without my husband. He said he wanted to stay with my sister to make sure she's okay. I returned home the next day and didn't find her or her baby home. My husband said she contacted a friend in another town and wanted to move in with them and left that morning. He handed me a letter and claimed it was from her. He claimed it was from her. That's never a good sign when someone goes claimed. Okay, let's get back to the story now. My bad. This felt so odd, especially after reading the letter. I called her so many times. It turns out my husband found it and said she left it behind. I was worried and had no means of contacting to make sure she was okay. I contacted relatives, but they knew nothing. Yesterday, I got a call from an unknown number and it was her. We talked and she told me that she didn't leave on her own and my husband kicked her out after telling her she was no longer welcome and needed to take some responsibility for her actions. I was shocked as she explained that she's not with a friend but at a shelter and has no money. I waited until he got home and blew up at him. He admitted he faked the letter and hid her phone, then argued that it's his house too and he has a say, but he shouldn't have lied to me about my sister and causing her to be homeless. wow, that's really low down. But anyway, he said, I was being unfair and wrong to lash out at him for wanting peace in his home. I went upstairs and refused to argue anymore. I told him I was going to pick her up tomorrow, and he said he would change the locks while I'm gone and won't be allowed to bring her home. I'm thinking about going to a hotel, but he keeps saying I'm letting my sister affect their lives by choosing her, but there's a baby involved, my nephew. I can't leave him homeless. I get that it's a house too, but I don't understand why he's so against her staying. Honestly, I am 50-50 with the husband and the wife, because having a newborn baby is exhausting in your house, especially when you don't have children, you know? But him kicking her out with a 5-month-old staying in shelters, which is like a worse place for a baby to be, and lying to the wife and everything. So pretty much I see where he's coming from, but where he's coming from is really disrespectful because of the baby. Like, you have to think of a child, or at least if you don't want them in the house, at least book them a hotel, like do something instead of just kicking him out for the streets, you know? She's not for the streets. I'm kidding. Don't take that serious. Hey Fox, this is Editing Fox. I would like to thank all 73 of y'all for subscribing to me. Most of y'all, I'm just really thankful for y'all. I have good news. I will be going live on YouTube or Twitch this Saturday, May 7th. It's up to y'all which platform you want me to stream on. Also, I have another goal for us to reach. Since we're at 73, let's try to make it to 150. If we make it to 150, I'll probably do something with y'all just for fun, you know, to celebrate. Because last time we did a little celebration, it was our 50. So let's do it. Okay, let's get back to the last story is, am I the butthole for demanding my son to take his daughter on his family trip to Disneyland? Okay, we know Reddit by now. The titles could sound really bad, and then it's actually like worse. Or the person writing the story is the butthole, and we will never know, you know? Okay, the Redditor has names for everyone, so I'm gonna just refer to them as J-I-K-A, you know, just the first initial of their name, so the story can go by faster. Just a heads up. I got pregnant with my son, Jay, 28, about a month after my 18th birthday. I tried to do my best for him, and he got into a good engineering school. But at 19, he got his then girlfriend, I, pregnant, and they had A together. The reason why I'm using their initials is because this is not my story, and I want to be respectful. I have been the one who mostly raised her. I got deported, but they spent July together and FaceTime every night. Jay got married to his girlfriend, Kay, after graduation, and they had 2 wonderful boys together. A lives with me and not with them. The thing is, Jay never spends any time with A. He doesn't call to say goodnight, but she loves him so much. It's like once a month when he shows up with a box full of toys, spends a day with her, and goes back to his family. It hurts her so much that he doesn't spend time with her because he's her hero. I'm just grandma. And no, he doesn't act this way because of his wife. Kate would love to have A move in with them. She once brought up the idea and went on about all the things they can do together. She would love to be her stepmom, calls her princess, sweetie, and so many nice names. The only reason they haven't is because Jay said she should stay with me. A few days ago, Jay told me that he and Kay were planning a trip to Disneyland in August. I told him that A would be so happy and he should tell her on her birthday, and he just blankly told me she's not coming, the trip is for the boys. I made it clear to him that he needed to bring her on the trip, and he just called me a butthole, which he has never done before, for trying to control him. I admit that I was being a bit controlling in my reaction, but I don't think I went that far. Yeah, you're definitely not the butthole in this situation. Like, your son really needs to like get his life together, because why are you taking your other kids but not taking, you know, your firstborn child? Like, you can't just throw her away. And it's not like your wife hates her. Your wife wants to be a stepmom. Let her be in your life. Like, I don't know why he's treating her like, oh, I had you when I was like 19, but I don't want you, and your mom's deported. Like, it's just a weird thing you're doing to your daughter, and she's never gonna forgive you for it when she's actually old enough to understand what you're doing to her. But, you know, that's his problem. He will have to regret that when she's older. If you like this video, or you think your friends would like this video, please like, share, and subscribe.